Writing. Have you ever been told that your dream was over before it truly began? Imagine standing in front of a crowd while someone laughs in your face and says, "You'll never fight again." Most people would give up. Most people would walk away. But some people are built differently. Some people turn pain into purpose, doubt into determination, and impossible odds into unforgettable moments. Tonight's story is inspired by the timeless spirit of Kung Fu and the legendary determination associated with Bruce Lee. It is a fictional story created for entertainment, reminding us that true strength is born in the heart long before it is seen by the world. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Black Belt Legacy, like this video, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from and what Kung Fu means to you. Your support helps us continue sharing inspiring martial arts stories with fans across the world. Now, let's begin. The training hall was unusually quiet that morning. Sunlight slipped through the wooden windows as students practiced their forms with complete focus. Every movement carried discipline, patience, and respect. Bruce Lee stood alone in one corner, carefully stretching after recovering from a painful injury that many believed had ended his fighting career. Some people admired his determination. Others whispered behind his back. Among them was Andre, a talented athlete with great confidence but very little humility. He watched Bruce slowly move through his exercises and laughed loud enough for everyone to hear. "So that's the famous Bruce Lee?" Andre said with a smirk. "Look at you. You'll never fight again." The room fell silent. Nobody expected Bruce to answer. Instead, he smiled. He simply bowed his head and continued training. That silence confused Andre more than any angry reply ever could. Over the next several weeks, Andre grew louder while Bruce became quieter. Every morning Bruce arrived before sunrise. He practiced balance until his legs trembled. He repeated simple punches thousands of times. He worked on breathing, flexibility, and mental focus. To outsiders, it looked slow. To Bruce, every small improvement mattered. One evening, an elderly Kung Fu teacher watched Bruce finish another exhausting practice. "You never respond when people insult you," the old master said. Bruce smiled again. "If I spend my energy proving people wrong," he replied softly, "I lose the energy needed to become stronger." The master nodded with pride. That is the beginning of real Kung Fu. Months passed. Word spread through the martial arts community that Bruce was planning to demonstrate his skills at a public exhibition. Cameras would be there. Martial artists from different schools would attend. Thousands would fill the arena, while millions would eventually watch the recording online. Andre couldn't resist. He signed up to participate. He wanted everyone to see that Bruce was no longer the unstoppable fighter people remembered. The day finally arrived. The arena buzzed with excitement. Families, students, veterans, and martial artists filled every seat. The air carried a mixture of nervous energy and anticipation. Bruce walked onto the floor wearing a simple black training outfit. No dramatic entrance. No loud music. Just quiet confidence. Andre entered moments later, smiling as he waved to the cheering crowd. He believed victory was already his. Before anything began, Bruce bowed respectfully toward Andre. Andre barely returned the gesture. The exhibition started with basic demonstrations. Bruce moved with incredible precision. His footwork looked effortless. Every strike stopped exactly where it should. His speed amazed even experienced instructors sitting in the front row. The audience applauded. Andre remained unimpressed. When the friendly sparring session began, everyone leaned forward. Andre attacked quickly, hoping to overwhelm Bruce with strength. Bruce didn't rush. He simply moved. Every step was calm. Every motion had purpose. Instead of meeting force with force, Bruce redirected energy with remarkable control. Andre grew frustrated. The harder he attacked, the more balanced Bruce became. Within moments, Bruce gently countered with flawless timing, demonstrating complete mastery without trying to hurt his opponent. The audience erupted into applause. Andre stood frozen. For the first time, he realized this wasn't about winning or losing. It was about understanding something much deeper. The match ended with another respectful bow from Bruce. This time Andre returned it sincerely. The crowd stood on their feet. Phones recorded every second. Later that evening, the video spread across social media. Viewers couldn't stop talking about Bruce's patience, discipline, and kindness. Millions watched not because someone was defeated, but because they witnessed what true martial arts looked like. Comments poured in from around the world. Strength with humility. This is what real Kung Fu teaches. He never answered hate with hate. Andre watched the video alone. Again and again. But he wasn't watching the techniques anymore. He was watching Bruce's smile after every insult. He was watching the calmness that never disappeared. The next morning, Andre returned to the training hall before sunrise. Bruce was already there. Andre walked slowly toward him. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "I judged you by your injury." Bruce looked at him kindly. "We all make mistakes. I laughed at you. I know. I said you'd never fight again." Bruce nodded. "You did. I was wrong." Bruce placed a hand gently on Andre's shoulder. The greatest victory isn't proving someone else wrong. Andre looked confused. It's becoming someone better than yesterday. Those words stayed with Andre forever. From that day forward, the two trained together. Bruce never treated Andre like an enemy. Instead, he became a patient training partner who encouraged him to improve not only his skills but also his character. Andre slowly changed. He stopped mocking beginners. He started helping younger students. He learned that respect creates stronger fighters than pride ever could. Years later, people still remembered that famous exhibition. Some remembered Bruce's incredible speed. Others remembered his flawless technique. But the people who truly understood Kung Fu remembered something even greater. They remembered compassion. Because real Kung Fu is not about hurting people. It is about controlling yourself when anger seems easier. It is about standing back up after life knocks you down. It is about believing in yourself when others have already given up on you. Every challenge you face can become another lesson. Every setback can become another step forward. Every person who doubts you can unknowingly become part of your greatest story. You don't need to shout to prove your strength. You don't need revenge to earn respect. Sometimes the quietest person in the room carries the strongest spirit. If Bruce had listened to the voices telling him he was finished, this story would have ended very differently. Instead, he chose discipline over excuses, patience over pride, and growth over fear. And that choice inspired countless others to believe in themselves. As you leave today, remember this simple lesson. No matter what obstacle stands in your way, never let someone else's opinion become your future. Keep training your body, sharpening your mind, and strengthening your character. The true legacy of Kung Fu lives in courage, humility, respect, and perseverance. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs hope today, and together let's keep the spirit of Kung Fu alive for future generations.